All right. Jonathan, would you mind kicking us off? Who you are, where you're from, and then three things that's happening.
All right, my name is Jonathan Soblet, and I am the executive director for Scent Inc. We're in Topeka, really in Southeast Topeka in the Highcrest neighborhood. And so, Sunflower, something that went well. We had last month we had our first home buyer education course, and so that was a big step. We've been doing homes in our neighborhood, but we've added that piece, and so it went really well. But something exciting coming up. We actually will break ground later this spring on a 176 unit apartment complex in our community in a 43 home subdivision across the street from that. And so we're excited about those things coming up. Also, we're having to expand our medical clinic that we run in our building because we had so many clients last year, and so that's a ribbon cutting coming up here in April for that expansion. A thorn, um, man, I'm trying to think.
Ooh,
Really,
it's
we
good that
just
it's come up with something.
yeah, the thorn is we just continue to try to help our community overcome those initial barriers that happens. We just had a meeting with Washburn Tech right before this, and we're trying to get some GD stuff here in the building because even though Washburn Tech is a wonderful resource, it's just still for so many people going through those doors is are so hard, and so we want some a long runway and on ramps for the people that we love and walk beside in our community to know that you can start right where you're at, and even if the next step seems really scary, there's people here to support you.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. We just added a few more people to the call just to give you a little history. This is our monthly networking call. It is designed to be casual and interactive. So if you're able to turn your cameras on, we would love to see your faces. We are currently doing introductions. We're sharing three things, well, five things: who you are and where you're from, but then also a sunflower, something that went well, a bud, something exciting that you're looking forward to, and a thorn, something that's challenging you right now that you're having to work through. Jill, can I turn it over to you?
I think that's Amy, but she didn't relabel Jill's name on there. We all share Jill's link.
Ah,
That, and
well,
this is a great lead in to the fact that I am so new. This is officially my
is
fourth
this your
week.
thorn, Jill, for
So,
Amy?
yes. So, I want to just say thank you for allowing me to be here. I have a lot to learn. And, um, my sunflower is the fact that I have been brought into the scent family, and the work here is incredible, and I'm proud to be part of it. And I do live in Topeka, Kansas, and I will say that thorns. It would just be that we do not have outside offices today because it's 80 degrees, and I would love to work outside.
I was on another call with some friends from Eastern Kansas this morning, and they were talking about how warm it was going to get. It's only supposed to get like low 60s in Western Kansas,
Oh, is that
and it's
right?
not
Oh,
that nice here today. It was gorgeous yesterday,
yeah.
not that today. But it sounds like you guys are going to get some storms too.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yes.
Darcy, you want to go next?
Sure, Darcy Brooks, Lenora. Sunflower, we actually just did a community event this last Saturday. We did our Pride group or community group did a spaghetti supper, and then our FCE group had the bingo portion. So we did a spaghetti supper and then a bingo. And I have heard a lot of the community members just thought that was so fun. Really enjoyed just having a night out where they didn't have to cook and just had fun playing bingo. So that went very well. A bud,
Darcy, was that a fundraiser for your group?
yes, yes, just to
Awesome.
get some little extra funds. And yeah, most of our uh, Pride members just kind of donated, bought the spaghetti or donated. We had like cakes that were made and just kind of donated those items so that we could
Yeah,
profit more for our group. So, um,
great.
just exciting events. We have a little Easter egg hunt that we do coming up here in April, and then we do in August like a community street dance. So we'll start planning the next couple months for that. So we have a live DJ, so that's pretty fun. A thorn, just challenging to get community members more involved because the majority of our group is age 75 plus. So just our struggle is trying to get some new blood and new ideas in our group. So
Very good. Thank you for sharing. Congrats
thank
on
you.
the fundraiser. Sounds great.
Thanks.
Make sure you let us know when that street dance is in August so we can be marketing it for you.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome. Tabitha, do you want to go next?
I'm Tabitha Snodgrass I'm the executive director at Independence Main Street in Independence, Kansas. And I would say that we had our annual fundraiser this last Saturday. It's our one big event, our only fundraiser we do to support our organization because we feel like we're trying to bring business to downtown and not constantly hit them up for a donation. So it's our one and only fundraiser, and it went really, really well. I'm looking forward we have a pub crawl this weekend, and we're working on our May Day pop-up event that'll happen on May 1st. And the Thorn, which is also good, but it's Thorn because I say executive director, I'm the only employee of Independence Main Street. And so there's a lot of grants out there right now, and everybody wants a piece of that pie, and I'm the only one here to write them. So we did the signs, and then we got the one for KCE, and we've got the T-Mobile, and I just saw one from Hartford this morning come across my desk. And so those are going to be a real thorn, I think, over the next 30 days.
How about is there a way that we can help train up some of your volunteers so that they can help you write those?
You know, I think that's what our next step is just and I have JC that can come over and help me she works for she did work for the Department of Commerce, but
Yep.
she now works for an architect's firm, and our architect there is very generous with her time if she has some time to let her help me. And so I'm just going to have to say I need 8 hours a week. And she's just going to do grants.
Okay. Well, if we can help in that area, please let us know. If we can host a grant writing workshop for volunteers, we would love to do that.
That would be awesome. Yeah, let me check more on that. So yeah.
Okay, great. Ashley, you want to go next?
Sure. I was a few minutes late, and so I missed the prompt, Sarah.
You're good. They're in the chat. Oh, actually, let me put them in again because I wonder if you
Yeah, there's nothing in the chat.
Yeah, I gotcha. There you go.
So something that went well like this month or this week.
Well, who are you and where are you calling from first?
Sure. So I'm Ashley Como. I live in Plainville. Sorry, I'm getting really bad feedback and I don't know why.
You sound good on our end.
Okay, good. So I live in Plainville, Kansas. The nonprofit that I'm with is Downtown Plainville, Inc., which is strictly volunteer. We don't have a director. We don't have anyone that even works for us part-time, but we do have a really solid group of about 13 volunteers that all either own a building, own a business, or work in a position higher up in a company that's involved somehow in downtown Plainville. I'm an attorney. I work at Hayes Med in Hayes, Kansas, so I go back and forth between the two towns a lot. So something that went well, we started dirt work on our seed project this week. So that was really exciting to finally see some movement start happening there. Another thing we were able to do this last week, so the old water tower in our small town of Plainville is about 1,800 people. The tower in the middle of town came down as part of a new water lines project, which is a great thing. It was no longer safe. The new water lines are going to be awesome, will improve water quality. But of course, there were all of this sentimental pushback of why do you have to take it down? Can't we save some piece of it? And so our group was able to go in, meet with the contractor and save some of the beams from the legs of the water tower. And we're going to incorporate them into our seed grant project. So we'll use those probably for some signage and maybe even for parts of the stage. So that was kind of exciting. The thorn would be everybody was upset with how much of it we did not save.
Yeah. I was talking to
So
Kelly a little bit about it. She said that top was huge. Like you don't realize how big it is until it's
massive.
on the ground. Yeah.
Yes, it was massive. And part of the contract with that vendor was that they got to scrap the metal from the water tower as part of their payment.
Yeah.
So they were not willing to let go of those big pieces, even if we would have
Mm-mm.
wanted them.
No.
But that was still a thorn. We did this great Facebook post about how we were so excited to have saved some pieces of the water tower, and everybody was like, well, what about this? And what about the roof of the tower? And what about that? And it was a little frustrating, but that's small town life.
Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. I'm going to try to mute when I cough. I'm
Okay.
sure everyone, almost everyone on this call can relate to small town life. We've had a couple of acronyms. I just want to make sure everyone knows. SEED grants are the Strategic Economic Expansion and Development Grants through Commerce. I think Tabitha mentioned the KCE grants. Those are the Impact and Kickstart grants. Hopefully everyone's familiar with that. The T-Mobile hometown grants are live. Tabitha, what was the third grant that you mentioned?
Um, Drew just sent it. It's something with Hartford, and it's for entrepreneurial. I just glanced at it.
Oh, no, you're good. I just want to make sure that everyone was understanding all the acronyms.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ashley, what is your seed project?
So our seed project is a community venue in downtown Plainville. There really is not a good gathering space when we have festivals or live music and things like that. We don't really have anywhere for shade. We didn't really have a good grass space that we could use downtown. Everything always sort of took place in a closed street. So we tore down a dilapidated and frankly dangerous lumberyard structure that had been closed since I think the 1980s. And we've cleared like a very large area of lots where we are going to build a stage for live performances. We're going to put up several shade structures, some picnic tables, parking for food trucks, and then hopefully we will get enough money raised to also put in like a small play area for kids. So it was the lumberyard and we're calling it the yard.
Okay, I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Patsy, do you want to go next?
Sorry, I was late. What are we doing?
You're good. You're great. Patsy, we're introducing ourselves, who you are, who you're representing, where you're from, and then three things. We're sharing a sunflower, something that has gone really well in the last month, a bud, something you're excited about that's coming up, and a thorn, so a challenge that you're working through right now.
Okay. See if I can remember all that. Patsy, Maddie.
I'll put it in the chat again.
Okay. Patsy, Maddie. I am from Norton, and I am the chair of our Empower Norton group right now. Something that went well. We are working in the process of working on our sunflower garden. It's right next to a restaurant coming into Norton from the east. Kind of put a hold on it during the winter months, but anxious to get that finalized. Hopefully, by spring, we can get that done, have a ribbon cutting, and it'll be just an area where, visitors can photo ops, and we're going to try to have information about things that are available within the community as well. So, working on that. And we're excited. We're trying to move forward with repairing our directional signs, which we put in about 10 years ago, some close to that. And that came out of a first impressions meeting. Another town had come to our community and could not find anything because there weren't directional signs. And so they are in need of repair. So we are actually working, hopefully, I haven't heard back from them with corrections. We have a correctional facility that is very helpful to our community, especially with labor and stuff, and they love doing it. So that we have a bud, something exciting coming up. It's exciting, but also a little controversial for some. We have a JAG group here at Norton High School, and they would like to put in a dog park. We don't have a dog park or anything in Norton, and so we're trying to collaborate with them. They are not able to fundraise their group, so it might be a good kind of partnership because we have kids there that can do some of the work, and the labor and get the community involved. The thorn there with that is the location that they are looking at is right across the street from a church on the main street that goes through town, and it's called Cowboy Park. And there's some sentimental value there, and there are a few people that really don't want to have a dog park there. There have been trees planted, I think, in memory of someone else, and they have plaques on the trees. There's a gazebo there, and so they're kind of looking for different locations. They're not against having a dog park. They're just against the location that the city actually had agreed to let them have it there. And so a lot of moving parts there. So we are desperately trying to find another location so that the JAG kids can, actually follow through. They've done an excellent job. They've presented at community meetings, which is great to see that. And with that, we also invited a youth because we wanted youth voice on our group. And we have a girl who's really excited. She came to her first meeting about a week ago, and then she'll go back and report to them and get feedback from the youth. And so we're kind of excited about that part too. So, yep, I think that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. On your sunflower garden, do you need seeds?
Uh, sure.
Kansas Tourism has a whole bunch of seed packets that are typically distributed for free if I can connect you, if that's helpful.
That would be awesome. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure and get you connected.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarah.
Of course. Laura, are you able to unmute?
Yes, Laura Musel, Blue Rapids Community Action Team, Blue Rapids, Kansas. Our sunflower, we had a very nice fundraiser for Valentine's Day. That was really, really fun. Buds, we have a pickleball tournament coming up, a disc golf tournament, chicken dinner, and this weekend we're cleaning up around our square. We like to every year put down new paint on the curbings, the orange and the blue, mulch around murals, and so on and so forth. So we have a busy weekend coming up. The thorn, I didn't think of one at first, but we can always use more younger volunteers.
Very good. Thanks, Laura. Laura never mentions it, but she's also a KCE board member, so I'm going to give her a shout out for that. Alvin, are you able to unmute? Doesn't appear so. Alvin, if you can hear us, if you'd like to share in the chat, we'd love to hear from you and where you're from. But thank you everyone for sharing. There's a lot going on. There's, 7 of us on this call, and we had everything from grants to housing and dog parks and community venues and events and cleanup efforts. Like, you all are very busy. Feel free to unmute. Like I said, I want this to be an open communication. As we were going through, I was kind of sharing some ideas and some resources. Is there any other ideas or resources that you all can share with each other now that you know what you all have going on? Any insight to what you have done in the past that may be helpful to those on the call, or any ideas that were sparked as you were listening to people speak today?
I love the community dance idea. That sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm. Darcy, is that I know Lenora used to do the big country concert every summer. I'm forgetting the Jubilee, right?
Jubilee.
Lenora Jubilee.
Yes.
Is that what that is now?
No, they had quit doing that. So it was, I think this will be the third year that we've done this. We do like a hamburger hot dog meal, and then we just have everybody bring their lawn chairs. And it used to be the old bank. It's closed down now,
Oh,
but where Solutions North Bank is, that's where we kind of feed everybody and have everybody congregate. And then, yeah, we just block off the main street here, kind of the intersection, and just have a dance. So
I love it. Is the bank empty then? Is it used as a community venue?
it is not. Somebody local here bought it, I think for storage. So But yes, yeah.
Not always the best use of Main Street
Right.
building.
But
Yeah.
yes, it's been very well attended, and everybody just has a good time. So we've had very
Wonderful.
good luck with it.
Good. Any other ideas or things that we'd like to share from our shares this morning? If not, I've got lots of topics. You guys won't be bored. All right. Well, I do want to ask about the KCE grants. We have the Kickstart grants that are open, $2,000 to $5,000 right now, and those are on a rolling basis. So the first round is due by the 15th of this month, and we will let everyone know within 2 to 3 weeks if they've been awarded, and we will continue that on the 15th of every month until all of our funds are expended. And then, of course, the impact grants are open as well. They will close at the end of this month. So you've got a little bit longer to apply, but we only are going to do those twice a year. And we will look at all of the applications at once. So we'll have one here this spring and we'll have another opportunity this fall after we re-enroll some of our new communities that are looking to join us on July 1st. Has anyone already applied with KCE, is planning to apply with KCE? How has the process been? Struggles, challenges? Was it easy? Looking for any insight that you are willing to share to make that better in the future. And maybe it's perfect, and I'd love to hear that too, but I very much doubt it.
I have not applied yet, but we are planning on applying, and we're doing a downtown audio system, speaker system. So that's
Wonderful. For the, I imagine, impact then?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
We bid that
Mhm.
out, and I think it came like $58,000. So
Yeah, those speaker systems are something else, aren't they?
yes, so we're excited to, and we our community foundation had gotten a matching grant from Patterson, and so we did a little bit of fundraising for our matching funds earlier in the year, where I
Okay.
think November when they did their match. So anyway, that was nice. So hopefully we'll have the matching funds for that already set aside. So
Perfect. Sounds like a fun project. Will that be on all the time, Tabitha, or just used for special events?
no, we're going to do music downtown all the time. And then I
Nice.
think to a certain time at night. And then at night, we've had an extremely bad bird problem in the last 2 years. And so
Mm.
we're going to play some music that, or not music, but some bird sounds that when you're walking, you're just going to think it's a bird. But at some point, there's a bird that sounds like it's in pain, that a predator is after it or something. I'm really not sure of all the details, but it's supposed to work wonderfully. Like Aldi's uses it. And so that's what we're going to play in the late evening and throughout the night at a very low
Okay.
volume. Because they said it does not have to be high because birds have very good hearing. So,
Okay. That sounds like a great plan. As the former downtown Hayes director, we had a business that would constantly play that injured bird sound.
oh,
That just
yeah.
it got on people's nerves. It was a
Yeah.
big sore subject. So,
Yes.
once or twice when most people are sleeping sounds like a great plan.
Yes, exactly. Because we are doing a lot of upper housing storing right now in our downtown. And so the last thing we want to do is scare off those young professionals that want to live in the downtown. So,
Yeah.
Sounded
Yeah.
like a haunted house in
It
Hayes
did.
constantly. It was like crows screeching.
It was really bad. Well, and then our parks department, I love them. They started hanging like the plastic snakes from Walmart in our trees.
yeah.
Um or the owls. And so then we had these bright colored orange and purple rubber snakes hanging from trees. And I get
Yeah.
it, we don't like the birds, but it was a struggle for a while.
Oh, ours is bad this last year. Extremely bad. And they tried
Yeah.
everything. And so they are taking
Yeah.
out every other tree and replacing them with smaller like column trees to kind of help with that also. So
Is it an issue because of the waste that they're leaving behind, or is it like the Mississippi kites who are attacking? A little bit of both.
it is the waste they're leaving behind. I mean, we're
The
talking
waste.
covered and they hang over the parking stalls. And so the cars, you can't park near one because your car is covered. So.
Yeah. Okay. Any other grants or feedback on the grant process?
We are going to submit one. I haven't sent it in yet, but I thought it was pretty straightforward.
Okay, good.
Just old me with technology, but we got it done.
Young me with technology. Full transparency, we switched from a platform called Submittable to a platform called Salesforce, and it's a learning curve for me and one that I'm not handling very well. So I'm glad to hear that so far there's not a whole lot of issues.
Yeah, I seemed like the new platform was okay. We'll see like how many mistakes were on it when you got it submitted. But it was getting signed up was a little trying, I thought, but I didn't
Yeah.
like Submittable either. So
Yeah. It's a way for us. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the transparency database, but it's now a requirement for not only the state to report what monies we're awarding, but it's a requirement for cities and counties to report that too. And supposedly, if we do all of this in Salesforce, it should automatically feed into that transparency database. So that's I believe the primary reason for the switch, but it's certainly not as cut and dry as other platforms, but it should help in the end.
We are working on a grant application. We're just waiting for a quote back for the signs to see where
Okay,
we're
for
at on
the
that.
community welcome signs. Yep.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Who are you having design those for you, Patsy? Are you working with a local sign fabricator?
Yeah, when we put them in, 9, 10 years ago, there was a company called Rawhide Ironworks, and they
Mhm.
designed them and created them. And so now they're just in need of repair. And so we're hoping to get them. We're gonna do, yep, can't think of the word now. But anyway, we visited with corrections, and they suggested using just a car paint that they felt would hold up just as well or
Oh,
better.
instead of powder
So
coating.
powder coating, that's the word. Thanks. Words are
Okay,
hard today.
wonderful. Yep.
Yeah, and so they had done a sign for someone, and it's been out and it's doing just fine. And so yeah. So we're kind of
Great.
looking into that, and that might be the way to go. And they can do that. They didn't know if they could do the powder coating. So
Okay.
yeah.
If they're open to it, we have a fantastic powder coater in Hayes. I know you're in Norton, but it's not too far of a drive. Leon's Welding and Fabrication in Hayes, I highly recommend them. They have powder coated multiple things for projects in downtown Hayes, and they have held up so, so nicely.
Okay. Thanks. That will be helpful.
Absolutely.
Leon's,
Yep, Leon's
right?
Welding and Fabrication.
We've also used them quite a bit for projects.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other grant feedback or projects that you're hoping to apply for? Awesome. All right. We have Community Development Week coming up. It is a national celebration that we take part in. I'm going to pull up the dates here. It's in early April. If my computer will work for me, I've got it open here. I am looking for some help. We normally would do a statewide tour showcasing communities and projects that are happening across the state that Commerce has played a role in, but we are not able to do that this April. And so we're trying to do more of a interactive social media campaign. It'll be April 6th through 10th. My idea was to send like a Polaroid frame to everyone where they could hold it up and take a picture with it or hold it up to an event or a project and take a picture and post it to socials. Um, does that sound like a horrible idea? If you got something in the mail that encouraged you to take a picture of a project or take a picture of yourself and post it to your socials, is that something that you would get excited for and do? Or is there other ideas that you all can share with me to help us celebrate National Community Development Week? None of you seem very excited about my idea. What if it wasn't a picture frame? What if it was just a flyer? Or selfies are out now.
yeah, we would
No,
do it.
picture.
We always are looking for something to get, tell your story. They keep telling us, tell your
Yes.
story. So if that puts
Yeah.
us in front of a project and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we don't have a project right now. I mean, the picture frame is not a bad deal. One of the things we thought about, but I think Jill and Amy were on a meeting I couldn't be on, found out we couldn't use the grant for is we got a piece of land in our community that we originally thought we were going to be able to build a house on. We can't. We want to turn it into an urban orchard, but we couldn't use the grant funds for that. We really want to get the orchard design. That's I should have listed as my thorn. I can't get a landscaping company to actually follow up and give me an estimate for designing the orchard because we want to use the orchard not just for a community amenity but also for our workforce development to train. Like we have some workforce apprentices that are re-entering that we're training and they're getting certified as master gardeners as a part of their training. And so we wanted to develop their orchard as a piece of that also helped with food security and all those kind of things. And I've struck out twice where I've, communicated with a landscaping company and they said they're going to get back. And after multiple kind of follow-ups, just nothing.
Master Gardeners through K-State. Is that the program that they're getting that certification through?
Yes.
Wonderful. Is K-State able to help with the landscaping at all? Are
That's a
they able
good.
to come in and do some design work or give some advice there?
I haven't heard from that. Like they helped us design our community garden at another like in one place in our neighborhood, and they're helping with
Okay.
that piece of it. But I haven't heard of them doing this kind of like laying out of like a orchard kind of deal or different things of that nature. I haven't heard of them doing that work, but they might do that work. I just haven't heard of them doing that work.
I think
Patsy's shaking her head.
I think they do. Jonathan, what can you send me or your email in the chat and I'll see if I can find a connection for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Jonathan, the other, and I'll try to connect you as well. Have you ever talked to anyone in Larned, Kansas, about their orchard?
No.
Okay, we'll get you in contact with their empowerment group as well. They call it a community garden. It's like a community farm. It is acres upon acres of fruits and vegetables, including an orchard, that is doing phenomenally well. They're harvesting pounds upon pounds of vegetables every week. So I'd love to connect you with them too to see if they have any insight of how that got started. But yeah, if Patsy can get your email, both of us will be able to connect you with some hopefully good resources.
And isn't
And
Larned like right outside of Solana?
No, Larned's just south of Hayes. It's about an
Yes, and
hour southeast of Hayes.
I'm wondering if they took us through there last year for Leadership Kansas. I think while we were in Hayes, they might have taken us out to Larned and
We took you
for
to
part of the trip.
Plainville.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
where,
I
Now
know
I know
Plainville.
why you
Yeah.
are
On
so
me,
familiar. So
Jonathan.
thanks for that.
Yes.
where are you located, Jonathan?
I'm in Topeka.
Topeka. Okay, that'll be helpful.
Yes.
I
Okay.
love the idea. I'm sorry.
Go for it, Laura.
I love the idea of a community orchard. A community garden just hasn't gotten any traction here, but an orchard, that is an awesome thought.
Maybe that needs to be our first KCE road trip. But I'm telling you, their farm is phenomenal. It's so cool. They've got a shed for all of their equipment. They've got a little greenhouse that they can sell out of. They've got rows of fruits and vegetables, and then you actually go over this really cute, I want to call it a troll bridge into the orchard. I mean, it is beautiful.
Wow. Could you send me their information as well?
Of course. I think they've got I know they've got a fantastic Facebook page too that they post on almost daily about what's available. I'm going to see if I can share that in the chat here too. Is go. And yes, I will make sure that Jonathan and Laura get contacts for that group. They are very active. This is great. This is exactly what this call should be. Sharing ideas, sharing resources, making connections. This is perfect. What else? What else is going on, guys? Who else can we connect today? Wonderful. Any concerns or questions or ideas for empowerment, or again, Community Development Week? I love that you all like my idea. My supervisor was not super excited about it. That is, he's not one to take a selfie. So he's like, I don't think people will do it. And I was like, well, I'm going to ask. I said, we're a pretty fun group. I bet we could get some people to do it. We're thinking about just a big packet with a frame and maybe some sunflower seeds and something. We're gonna figure out something to celebrate. But would you plant sunflower seeds if you got them?
We would plant them at the yard.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. I think okay.
Sunflower garden.
Okay.
We have little
Okay.
planters in four corners of our main street. I think that would be cute to just
That would be.
seeds in there.
You all are making my entire day. I hope you know that. This is awesome. I love
Sarah,
it. Thanks for all the projects you've planted this year. I'm so excited. You guys are, this is great. Yes, Jonathan, I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. One of the things, like you heard about our housing update earlier, and one of the things
Yep.
I got to see around, there's a number or a measure called ADI, or Area Deprivation Index, and I don't know if everybody's familiar with that. It's a national research thing that tells how under-resourced your neighborhood is. And on the national scale, it goes from 0 to 100. The neighborhood I'm in, half of it is a 98 and half of it is a 99, meaning that only 1% of neighborhoods in America are more under-resourced than our neighborhood. And we've figured this housing thing out in some ways of how to do it in a sustainable way. And even over the last couple of years, working with KHF, we developed a way where investors can get a cash return on affordable housing. And it's something that, man, we've had a lot of groups come in and like even outside the state come in and learn and different things of that nature, and just some different pathways for communities to develop housing. I really feel like it's something that can replicate and scale into rural. Our biggest problem is that like I've heard some of our counterparts on here say, man, I got Patterson to fund and different things of that nature. Well, Patterson will never look at anything that we develop because we're not rural. Even though I keep saying 80% of what works here in this community will work in rural with some contextualization, because like our mental health department serves people from 14 different Kansas cities and towns. We've served 35 different Kansas City in towns over our history of mental health. And some people drive 100 miles in one direction to get mental health from us. Mm-hmm. And like, I can't get Kaufman to look at us or to even look at how to replicate, because we're not in Kansas City. And the Office of Rural Prosperity won't even look at pollen anything out of here because we're not rural. And so it's like, even though we're developing different tools that we're partnering with K-State, we're partnering with Habitat for Humanity in Northern Flint Hills, we're partnering with Tenants to Homeowners in Lawrence, we're partnering with an organization in Emporia around housing and sharing our innovations. It's a sad thing for me that the divide is so wide between urban and rural that we're just not in a place for us in our state where we know there's a problem with affordable housing, and we can't get over that hump to say we need to be able to share the best ideas and come together and see how to get these things moving. And we'll just go without because these are the strict rules.
Mm-hmm. This may be way out there for you, Jonathan, but have you considered at least looking at a second location and putting something in one of the small towns near Topeka so that you can then qualify?
Here's my deal, Ashley. Scent wants to be Greek and not Roman. We want to help influence thought of how nonprofits and communities think about the community development, but we don't want to imperialize and have 100 different locations, right? We always want to share.
One.
We always want to share. We always want to like say, here are the tools. We want to come teach you. We want to walk beside you and empower communities to do this.
Yeah.
But we don't want a community feeling like in order to partner with Scent, we have to become Scent, or Scent has to put an outpost here. And so that's a big part of our heart. And we're just saying, and there should be some ways where Scent doesn't have to find all the resources to help do to do all this work on its own, if this is a state problem that we're approaching. KDHE told us that our maternal health program is the gold standard. And they were like, man, we really want to see you replicate that. And we're like, yeah, well, how did that happen?
Yeah, you say thank you. We'd love to share our information so it can be ripped off and duplicated, but we're not doing it. We don't have the capacity.
Yeah, and so it's just one of those deals where like we're willing to teach others, and willing to help expand it in different things of that nature. But it's one of those things where it is. I keep seeing that, and I keep saying we're one state. We're one state, whether we're rural or urban. We're one state, and we need all of us functioning at a high level to see the things we really want to see happen in our state.
Jonathan, have you connected yet with Carrie Folletti at Commerce? Does that name ring a bell yet?
No, I'm trying to remember who I connected with at Commerce. I know I just spoke with Shonda, who's over registered apprenticeships, and we're doing some stuff together. But
Perfect.
I don't know if Carrie, if I've worked with that person.
I've got your email. I'm going to connect you to Carrie as well. Carrie is over our housing at Commerce. We are working on some new funding opportunities specifically for housing, including helping communities get land banks, walking them through RHIDs. We've got a couple of grants and revolving loan funds that might be of interest to you. I don't know if anyone's talked to you about any of this at Commerce yet.
We did have some conversations. I'm trying to remember if it was Carrie now, but the part of the thing we ran into is because even when it comes to things out of Commerce, and I'm not trying to monopolize time, but because we're in Topeka, Topeka gets its own block of community service development block grant stuff. So a lot of things that came through Commerce we don't qualify for because we're in Topeka, and Topeka is not, we can't apply for a lot of things through Commerce that are more broadly available through the state. And so we ran through that. They did run across the tax credit, the community
service program tax credits.
Yeah, and so that's a whole nother deal. And just kind of being there, and we're like, okay. But a lot of the things that we went out to the website, and after we had that conversation with some people in Commerce, and we just didn't qualify for it because we were in Topeka. And so we couldn't access because Topeka gets its own allocation, and there was all these special rules.
That's for sure the case on CDBG. It's not the case for anything else that I just mentioned.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that we are all on the same page on that. And as we continue to build housing opportunities, I don't see there being restrictions on Topeka. The community service tax credits, we get 4.13 million every year. That's in statute. I don't see that going away. It's been around for decades. Happy to walk you through that process. That's my division. We will walk you through whatever it takes to help make that an easier process. Who else was I going to connect you with? Have you connected at all with Wyandotte County Housing Authority?
Okay, community housing in Wyandotte County.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and so they're them and Tennessee homeowners are like the OGs of housing in Kansas. And so so what I've found is we partner a lot with Thrive Island County and different things of that nature.
Yep.
So what I found is the organizations on an organizational level, housing and it starts with an M. They have a tremendous housing program. Why can't I think of it right now? But there's all these organizations. I'm on the TDT for the transdisciplinary housing team for K-State. I'm on the Build a Better Housing Toolkit team, which is another. On the organizational level, we are partnering. We are partnering. It's the funding level a lot of times where we start running into where no, we can't take that idea. We can't like, no, we can't do that because of, and we're like, you do realize like at the ground level, all of us are sharing ideas and innovations and yeah. So yeah, so I would be
Okay,
interested to follow
so
up for sure.
I'm going to assume then that you're also talking with Interfaith Housing with their individual development account program.
We lead people to them as a part of our
You lead
buyer
people to
education,
them. Perfect.
and because they do incredible work, even with their financial literacy courses and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep, perfect. For those that don't know, Interfaith Housing offers an individual development account program. It is a statewide program. They have over 300 banks across the state that you can partner with, but it is a special savings account for low income persons, and they can create the savings account. They can put in $50, and that's actually matched 2 times. So if they put in 50, it's matched with 100. So they're actually putting in, say, $150 every month towards the savings goal. The savings goal can be to repair a home, buy a home, for higher education, to start a business, to expand a business. It's a wonderful program and opportunity to hopefully encourage people to learn good savings habits, but also in the end, be able to better their lives, hopefully bringing them out of that low income bracket. But if you aren't familiar with that, happy to share that information. Interfaith Housing, as Jonathan said, is running a wonderful program. They've been doing it for years and years, and it is statewide. It is not only in the Hutchinson area. I assume then, Jonathan, are you also working with, Topeka's about to get, I think, the very first 3D concrete built house. You're
So
working
it's
with them too?
Trident. So here's the deal. We created a teacher retention down payment fund. Cent did. We're partnering. We have Title I schools, right? And
Yep.
as a part of helping to increase teacher retention, we developed a fund where if teachers stay at those schools in our neighborhood for 5 years, we'll give them $5,000 down payment toward a house that we build. But we're partnering with the foundation for our public schools to expand that account, and they'll be able
Okay.
through those funds to buy either a Cent house or a Trident house.
Okay.
Actually, Beeson, who's a part of Trident, is because I asked for that because, like I said, we can't close the gap. We don't want to be Roman. We want to be Greek,
Yeah.
and
I
and
love that. I'm
so
using that.
we so we said, hey, the foundation, we're gonna every dollar that we co-raise, we're gonna let them hold on to, so they get the interest from it, and then people will be able to buy houses either from Cent or from Trident. And we did that because teachers won't often qualify for HUB subsidized housing because they make too much. And so we do
Right.
some mixed income housing solutions for that 80 to 150% range for government workers, for teachers, for different things of that nature to be able to find affordable housing.
Okay. Fantastic. That's a lot. It's a lot to swallow. Thanks for your work. I'll make these connections and see if we can figure out ways for us to help as we continue, like I said, to expand our housing across commerce. We'll make sure that that message is sent far and wide to everyone on the call. But I want to be good stewards. We've got about 8 minutes left. Any final thoughts? Anything that you would like to discuss next month that we didn't get to this month that we should budget time for? Did everyone feel like they got something out of today's meeting? I love it. Good with the new format, yay or nay? Like, I feel like this was a little bit more interactive. We made some good connections. People that have been on past calls, I see nods. Perfect. Okay. Well, I know I got a lot out of it today. I appreciate each of you for being on the call. Please continue to tell friends that anyone is welcome to jump on these calls. Anyone that needs some inspiration, some lifting up, or has a great idea or resource that they would like to share, please invite them to these calls. Would love to just see us continue to grow this base and make more networking and more connections. The more people on here, the more we're going to hear and learn and be able to connect resources across the state. So really appreciate you spending an hour with me and really looking forward to next month. I appreciate you all being willing to have this recorded so that we can share it out with other communities that may not have been able to join, but really, really wonderful discussions. And I hope that you all enjoyed it as much as I did. I will hang on for just a few minutes, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up and let everyone go and have 7 minutes to snarf a lunch if you haven't already. But thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.